Dam, and found 5 ground hornbills. We were seeing a group of 4 a little while ago, and then I saw a group of 3 about 2 weeks ago, and they seem to have divided again, and we've ended up with 5 here. There's 2 or 3 moving that way, and there's one in the tree right above the dam cam. And they seem sort of slowly making their way south away from the dam cam now, but obviously on the hunt for anything in the grass there, be it chameleons and beetles. Oh, there comes the one who got left. Oh no, here comes the one out of the tree, coming in for landing. Realised he was getting left behind. Of course, they'll take other small birds. If they find any chicks, that would be a good meal. Even tortoises with that heavy beak, they will smash through the carapace of a tortoise and gorge themselves on that. Oh, got something there, just tossed it into its mouth. What a cracking morning. We decided to leave Marips, drive around the corner and bump into 5 ground hornbills. Because these are all adults. Those take about 7 years, very similar to the eagles, to develop full, I would say plumage, but that very obvious red sort of skin around the face shows it's an adult. The juveniles, for the first sort of 5 years of their life or so, have a more of a yellowish tinged skin around the face there. Morning, Jerry. I would love to tell you we know where a nest is, but I'm unaware of any ground hornbill nests here. But we are seeing them more regularly, but we never sort of see them going to a particular spot. But they generally will nest in natural cavities of big trees. Obviously, it needs to be a big natural cavity to squeeze one of these great big birds in there. It would be lovely if we were to have a nest somewhere on here, and it would probably be quite the focus of conservation work as well, because of their sort of pretty much critically endangered status these days. If we did have a nest, we would certainly be following their lives very, very closely. But say there are no youngsters with this group, so whether they are, well, so it's very difficult to know at what point they changed, or if some of those are some younger ones. Oh, sorry, Eddie, I thought they'd all disappeared. I didn't know you still had one in frame there. Because it's sort of, there's a long gap, sort of potentially between 5 to 7 years. Christmas turkey running up the road. 5 to 7 years between clutches because of the long time it takes for maturity to be reached. And that is one of the reasons that they are in so much trouble in terms of population numbers. You imagine if you've got to invest 5 years into raising what is only going to be 1 chick, and then something happens after 4 years, you have to start all over again, and it's a slow process. But quarantine's a perfect hunting area for them. It's nice and open. You don't normally find them in sort of really thick wooded areas. They like this sort of more